Today on BigCTV's Xbox One launch special, we are going to showcase a short film that I made myself called The Road to Xbox One. We're also going to give you a glimpse into what we did to prepare for this humongous, momentous event.
Which is not much preparing, actually.
We'll see. Then, we're going to talk about the Xbox One and what all of us are excited for. And lastly, Wyatt and I are going to give our reasons why we think the Xbox One is going to win the console war.
Do we need reasons?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So, Xbox One launch special. Woo!
Woo.
Hello once again, everybody. I am Chris, aka Screaming Pickle on Xbox Live.
I'm Wyatt, aka Evil League of Evil. I got
Evil
that
League.
from Dr. Horrible Singalong blog.
Yes,
If you haven't watched it,
Yes, he did.
it's a great short film.
It is. It is a great short film. Anyway, and we are here for this humongous event. We are so excited for the Xbox One launch, which is in a mere hours from now. And we're here to get you ready for it with, some impressions, some thoughts, all that good stuff. So we're going to kick things off with a short film that I made chronicling the journey of the Xbox One from its announcement to now.
Yeah, it's okay.
I think it's better than okay.
I don't know.
It's worse than okay. Worse than okay.
This is Cory, everybody.
He'll come in again later.
Cory,
the
aka the Gent 2010. I'm not really in the shot, am I?
Yes, you are. You're
Okay,
good.
there I am.
You're blocking Wyatt.
Hey.
That works.
That was good.
That works.
All right.
Anyway, here is the road to Xbox One.
More than a decade ago, Xbox put the most advanced hardware and software in the hands of creators so they could realize new visions for games. We believed in a connected future, so we made an early bet on Xbox Live, a living service that gets better each and every day. Gamers were hungry to adopt emerging technologies, and with Xbox 360, we launched the HD era of games. You wanted more competition and bigger communities, so we doubled down on Xbox Live. With Kinect, we made you the controller. We brought you new interactive content, two-way TV, fitness, sports, and now, nearly 8 years after our launch, Xbox 360 remains a vibrant platform, continuing to lead the industry in sales. In a few short weeks at E3, we'll be sharing great news about what's next on Xbox 360. We're thankful to you and proud of our leadership position in this thriving $65 billion a year industry. Today, we look forward. Team Xbox is on a new mission. Design and build an all-in-one system to light up a new generation of games, TV, and entertainment. It must be built for the future with hardware, software, and services that put you at the center. And at its very core, it must be simple, instant, and complete. Today, we're thrilled to unveil the ultimate all-in-one home entertainment system. The one with the power to create experiences that look and feel like nothing else. The one that makes your TV more intelligent. The one system for a new generation. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Xbox One.
Alright, so by now, if you're not aware about what the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One are, you probably have been living under a rock, or you really don't care about video games. In a nutshell, the Xbox One is an all-in-one entertainment box that features tons of cool features. First of all, and this one's probably the most important to those of you who have not quite pre-ordered your system yet, good luck finding one. Anyway, Microsoft reveals some cool little features that really help make the Xbox One feel a lot more next-gen. One of those features was specifically for Killer Instinct. So let's say you and your friend are playing Killer Instinct, and one of your other buddies decides they want to jump in on the action. Well, using the Kinect 1 sensor, the system will be able to tell that your buddy is taking over if he has a profile already on your Xbox. The Xbox One has been confirmed to include a headset.
Hi, it's Larry here of Xbox Live's Major Nelson. Here it is, the moment you've been waiting for. Unboxing of Xbox One. Next up we have, of course, headset. Ooh, it's gonna be beautiful.
The Xbox One game DVR was talked about last week, and it was confirmed that it records in 720p, 30 frames per second, and you must be a gold member to use it. Next, Fable Legends, a brand new entry into the Fable franchise, was announced at Gamescom. It's a 5-player multiplayer game. Rise, they not only revealed the Coliseum multiplayer, they also were able to reveal that the gameplay's changed. So our first topic, of course, is the big one that was announced last week, the Xbox One release date. That date, of course, is November 22nd. Next, there is a cool thing that Microsoft's going to be doing really soon, a preview event where gamers can actually try the Xbox One. I think this is kind of a no duh, but single player saves will not transfer over to next gen from current gen. Xbox Fitness was announced for Xbox One. It's a fitness program. It's an app for the Xbox One. Okay, so Watch Dogs, highly anticipated game. A game that everyone was expecting, both for current gen and for next gen. Ubisoft comes out and says the game is delayed until possibly as late as June. Alright, so next we're going to take you on a field trip to the Millennium Mall in Orlando for the Road to Xbox One tour with Major Nelson. We are live at the Mall of Millennia in Orlando, right outside the Microsoft store, where we're going to get to do our first ever test drive of the Xbox One.
Xbox Live, I am fortunate that I get to come out and meet with you guys while the team is back in red and working really hard, getting ready for less than a month. The team at Red and everybody, we got people working around the world, are so excited to bring this console to you. They're so excited for you to get your hands on the games and feel what it's like to feel the controller. They have some amazing stuff planned for Kinect. If you want to take a look at what everything looks like in the front, we've got a glass case with Xbox, the brand new Xbox One in it, the Kinect and the controller. Make sure you get your hands on the controller over here. Place the 4s on Worshipful 5 up there. That game is running 1080p, 60 frames a second. So check that out. Yeah. Killer Instinct in the back here. What do I need to say about that? It's Killer Instinct. So you guys, here's also something else. If you go pre-order any games, you're going to get a t-shirt.
Go Wyatt, go! Secondly, a recent video revealed that you can customize your achievements. Alright, so we're very, very close to the Xbox One launch, and I have a bunch of new Xbox One information that you're not going to want to miss. Microsoft, through a new privacy agreement, revealed only audio from online gameplay will be stored. Next, and this one pains me a little bit, we are going to do our very last episode of Next Gen Talk. First of all, the Xbox One cloud servers, which are required for the system to run properly, could reboot at any time, causing game restarts. Lego Marvel Superheroes for the Xbox One has been delayed. It will not be launching with the system on November 22nd. Thank you for watching Next Gen Talk. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. Alright, so that was our short film, The Road to Xbox One. So now I bet
Again.
you're wondering...
It's okay.
Shut up, Wyatt. Now I bet you're wondering what it took for us to get ready for this huge event.
Not
'Cause
much at all.
more than you think. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a field trip to Walmart, where we're going to show you exactly what supplies and different things that we brought in order to make this a momentous event. Even more momentous. Take it away. Caffeine is also very important when you're doing a launch of a gaming system and plan on playing games all night. So we picked up Mountain Dew Game Fuel, which comes in 2 different varieties, the regular and this one, which is the new berry one. And of course they have Xbox One stuff on it, so it feels very official.
Hold it up.
It's delicious. Gotta love Game Fuel. Also, for the really hardcore times, energy drinks. Because, you know, sometimes Mountain Dew alone is not enough. So we got some of that. So yeah, we're almost done getting food, and then we're gonna get to other stuff.
So what we got so far, Mountain Dew, Pringles, more energy drinks, soda, Mountain Dew,
What every growing boy needs.
more Pringles, Funyuns. Cory got some Diet Snapple, I don't know why. He took it out and got...
Did not. Edit that out. I didn't get that.
Corey did not get Giant Snapple,
I
so...
got Mountain Dew.
Alright, good times. Alright, so our last couple things, they're kind of important from a technical standpoint. I needed an extra HDMI cable for my other 2 systems because my TV only has 2 ports. So I'm going to use this, plug this into the splitter that I got earlier, and then plug the other older systems into that. I also got a surge protector. This is mostly because I need an extension cord so that I can plug that in rather than using a battery, which is really short. So hopefully that'll work well. So that pretty much does it for our field trip to Walmart. I know it's so exhilarating. We're going to take a look at our amazingly full cart. I also got stuff for work, and Cory got stuff for work, so, you know. But yeah, that's what we got, so good times. Alright, so that was our field trip for preparing for the Xbox One launch.
Exciting, right?
Oh yes, it clearly was. So, next we're going to do a new segment. I mean, everything is pretty much a new segment for this episode. Called Xbox One Talk, where we strictly talk about Xbox One, because what else do you expect for us to talk about? What's
Women.
that? We could talk about women, but not on this show, right now. So here's the Xbox One Talk. Okay, so, of course, the Xbox One is launching in a few hours. Currently it is a little after 5, so we're about 7 hours away or so from the launch of the Xbox One, which is great. And of course, everyone here, especially, well, all of us actually, are really, really excited for the Xbox One and the different things we can do with it and all that good stuff.
Crystal's a little more excited than the rest of us, but we're still pretty excited.
Well, it's mine. It's my system.
Yeah.
They
But
get to play
that makes
it.
sense.
Yeah. They get to play it, so I'm sure they'll be happy to play it as well. So what we're gonna do now is Wyatt and our special guest star, Mr. Cory Edge, are going to
The Edge.
are going to give our thoughts as far as what we're the most excited for about the Xbox One, just so you know you can really get a glimpse into that opinion and all that good stuff. So Wyatt, what are you excited about for the Xbox One as a platform?
Honestly, the online service, I'm curious to see the new Xbox Live in the cloud and how 300,000 servers will affect online gameplay.
I think one thing that's interesting is that, like, obviously with the PlayStation 4, it was a big deal last week that at launch the system crashed. I don't think that's going to happen with Xbox Live, honestly. Even though there's going to be a ton of people all logging on at the same time and downloading that day one update, I think Microsoft is banking on the fact that their servers can handle it. And I think that's made even more clear by the fact that they just took down the download that you can do on their website. They gave kind of an emergency thing so you could download it to memory stick, but they just took that down, more than likely because they don't think people are going to need it.
Well, you also have to take into account that it's only a few hours before the launch, and there hasn't been any reports of major problems or issues.
Which is great. I mean,
unlike the PS4, where it had all sorts of problems.
Yeah, hopefully that gets patched, because we're planning on getting one eventually. Obviously, we'll not be doing a PS4 launch special because we didn't get one at launch, but we'll go over it when we get one. But that's for a future episode. Anyway, I'm really excited for Kinect, especially. I think the original Kinect was a great idea, but it wasn't executed particularly well. What we got was a bunch of really crappy, you know, oh, swing your sword, or punch, and you look like a dork, and it didn't work all the time.
And then you had to figure out because of the lag, you had to figure out the correct timing of everything, which is kind of annoying.
Yes. The new Kinect definitely looks like it's a lot more accurate. It can do a lot more, and the big thing I think I'm more excited about than just what the Kinect can do is how it's integrated into the system. Like the fact that you can just say, hey, Xbox on, and that'll turn on your TV, that'll turn on your system. That's awesome. I mean, the fact that it can do that is absolutely fantastic. And that's something that's truly next gen. That's not something that you would normally think about with a game console.
And yes, we know that the voice commands don't work 100% of the time, and that the commands are kind of limited right now. But that's stuff they can easily patch. That's not any major issues.
But even if they are limited, the Xbox One has, I think it's like 100 voice commands or something like that. PlayStation has 10. I think we're still doing well.
Yeah, the key is just learning the commands and saying them correctly. You can't say them. A lot of people say them too fast and it doesn't work. But anyone who takes the time to say the commands clearly, it works perfectly fine.
Exactly. So I think Kinect is going to be a big step forward for the Xbox One, and a big step forward for gaming in general, especially if it works better than the original Kinect. Cory, did you have any thoughts on this subject?
I mean, well, I'm just, I guess I'm excited, like, just overall of the whole launch thing. The Kinect thing sounds pretty cool. Also the fact that, let's see, what else? Were you saying earlier about, it was to snap?
Oh, snapping apps, yeah. That's a cool feature.
Yeah, so you can do things like, have a Skype conversation with somebody while playing the game. Granted, you might be pretty distracted, depending on what you're doing at the moment, but, I mean, like, you do have that connection with somebody while playing. So you're not stuck at the computer while trying to play the game at the same time. You're right there in front of it. You got your full attention on it and stuff like that. That sounds pretty cool. Also, instead of like having to pause the game and look at the, walkthrough, if you're having a little bit of trouble, I tend to not really need walkthroughs.
Cory's a pro.
He's the edge.
Yeah. Yeah, what he said. I was pretty much the edge. But I mean, like, if you do need that kind of help, it's nice that you can just kind of pull it up on your own TV screen while playing the game, and you don't necessarily have to pause, go over to the computer, whether it be in the same room with you or out in the living room or whatever, wherever you're opposite, like a different room than where you're playing at. I mean, like, it's nice that you have it right there in front of you. You can pull it up at any time. That's nice. So I mean, like, a lot of big steps forward for Xbox One, my bad, and for the Xbox One, a lot of great steps forward, and I'm pretty excited to see what it can do. And I mean, like, on top of that, the graphics for a lot of the games that I've seen so far just looks amazing. So I'm pretty excited to see how everything's gonna play out. I never got a chance to really play it where they was doing the preview and stuff like that. Chris and Wyatt did, but
Well, you'll get to
Yeah.
the next few days.
I
Definitely
will.
tomorrow.
So, I'm looking forward to it, and it'll be good times.
What game are you excited for on the Xbox One?
On the Xbox One, we had a Need for Speed thing.
That looks fun.
Also, Battlefield 4 looks pretty cool. I'm not usually into first-person shooters like that, but Battlefield 4 looks pretty
But the stuff you can do on it, yeah, it looks really impressive. I'm excited for that.
Rise doesn't look too bad as well. At first, wasn't that interested in it, but from some of the stuff that I've seen or heard, sounds pretty cool. So I wouldn't mind getting into that. Also, I know it's also released on current gen, but
Lego Marvel.
Lego Marvel,
That'll be fun.
I would love to play that.
Absolutely. So, Wyatt, what game are you the most excited to play at launch on the Xbox One?
I'd probably have to say Dead Rising 3. Just
Dead
because
Rising 3 looks awesome.
killing zombies is always fun.
Especially
And all the customization
killing
that
zombies
you can do with the vehicles and such.
yeah, like the fact that you can make like a steamroller with flame jets and like a giant spike on it, like just the amount of stuff you can like combine on Dead Rising look awesome. I would say for me there's a whole bunch of games I'm really excited for. All the launch titles that I'm picking up, which you'll get to see when we actually have the system, look really good. I'd say probably the one I'm the most intrigued by is Rise, like Cory mentioned. I know it's not getting phenomenal reviews, but it looks like a different game than, especially what we're used to at a console launch, because you usually don't see something like that. And I think, especially if it plays as good as it looks, because it looks awesome.
Yeah, the gameplay videos I've seen, it looks great, and I know that the biggest complaint was that it gets a little repetitive, but honestly, I don't really mind that, because the combat looked really
Yeah,
good.
it looks like a good combination of like the Batman Arkham series and Assassin's Creed in terms of combat, which those are good games for combat. So I'm really excited to play Rise.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to chopping limbs off and stabbing people and cutting heads off.
We were watching a video yesterday of it, and pretty much the whole time when he's like in the middle of combat, we see some of these execution moves. We're like, oh. I'll probably be doing
just the first 2 levels.
I'll probably be doing that a
bunch
lot during the game.
There's a whole bunch of execution moves that you can unlock.
Yeah,
too,
so that's
that was
awesome.
the beginning.
Yep.
Can't imagine the execution moves later on.
Yeah, apparently there's a whole bunch of difficulties too. Like it goes up to legendary mode, which that sounds challenging.
Mm-hmm.
So
what I'm getting, the combat is basically a combination of Arkham style, the Arkham series. You said Assassin's Creed.
yeah,
Like executions really sound more
Well, it's
More
a lot.
combat.
yeah, they look Mortal Kombat, honestly.
Well, the executions are Mortal Kombat, but it's a lot of countering, like Assassin's Creed. You're in a group of enemies, and then you
you use your shield, and then they attack you, and then you stab him in the face,
and then you spin around,
slit his
stab somebody.
throat, cut off his leg,
Spin around,
and,
stab
throw him
somebody
with a-
else.
Yeah, it's a lot of countering and then using those counters to attack. But I also like some of the stuff that they did in Rise, based on the different videos I've seen, look really impressive. Like, you can use Connect to order your men to do different things.
And they really emphasize that too, actually. It's quicker to just say things instead of pushing a button.
There's a part where you're in the middle of a siege, and so you can say archers attack, and then you'll see flame arrows rain down on your enemies, or you can get your men to form a phalanx, which is a real life Roman military move where they combine all their shields together in a giant wall and then charge against an enemy. So that's really cool. And I also enjoy the fact that they really go into Roman mythology, because you don't see that many good Roman combat games.
And you also can throw spears and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, so it looks quite good, and of course when we get to the games, which we can't wait to get to those, you'll get to see plenty of gameplay footage of Rise, Dead Rising, Lego Marvel, pretty much everything that we mentioned and more. So, we got a lot more coming.
Rise may not be a great game, but the combat looks a lot of fun to me, so I think I'll still enjoy it.
I agree. I'm very excited to play it. So lastly, we are going to end with a soapbox, where we're going to give our reasons. Well, at least Wyatt and I know our... Cory, if you have an opinion on this, feel free to give it. We're at least going to state why we think the Xbox One has the advantage in the console war. So, here's our soapbox. Okay, so here is my thoughts on it. Honestly, when you look at the three next-gen consoles, or after today, current-gen consoles, because they're all out, I mean, it's pretty easy to write out the Wii U, just because it's the Wii U. I mean, Nintendo is good at making games, but I've tried to play the Wii U on several occasions, and it just did not impress me in any way, shape, or form.
Well, the whole, you only can have one
gamepad.
Yeah, that's...
One game, and it's clunky. Like, I tried to hold the thing to play, I think it was WarioWare I was playing on that thing. It's humongous. It's like this big.
And the regular controller looks like a crappy version of the Xbox controller.
Oh, the Pro controller? Yeah, it's basically a 360 controller, except the thumbsticks are like at the top of the controller, and they're like across from each other, like on the PlayStation controller. And like, this is just awkward. I don't get it. So, and the sales numbers have also indicated the Wii U is kind of failing. So we can kind of write that one out. So pretty much this generation is a battle between the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. Both of those systems are very close in terms of specs, in terms of technical stuff. Each one has their own advantage and disadvantage. Personally, my thought is the Xbox One has certain advantages that I think are going to be key to it becoming the overall victor of this generation of consoles. The biggest ones, Xbox Live, is huge. Everyone loves multiplayer. This last generation really focused a lot on online multiplayer and really embraced it. And I think, I mean, everybody pretty much unanimously knows that Xbox Live is the premier multiplayer online service for gaming. And Microsoft has said, we're going to take what works and make it better. So they added tons of more servers. There's dedicated servers, so there's not going to be a lot of dropping out of games.
They had about 86,000 before, now there's 300,000.
I picture that room of servers being like that warehouse from Raiders of the Lost Ark. You walk in there, you see, you know, walls and walls and walls of servers. It's probably really hot in there. But
they have giant fans.
I would hope so. But yeah, so I think Xbox Live is going to be huge to giving Xbox One the advantage. Another big thing which Microsoft has been focusing a ton on is cloud computing. We don't know a whole lot about it except for the fact that supposedly through cloud computing the Xbox One can improve and grow over time. And certain games, the biggest one of the launch lineup is Forza Motorsport 5, that use the cloud to change the way you would normally play a game. So for Forza, you create this thing called a Drivatar, and while you play the game, the Drivatar learns your habits, like what you normally do when you're racing. It takes those habits and puts them all together in your Drivatar. So let's say you're done playing Forza, you switch to Dead Rising. Your Forza Drivatar continues to play even when you're not playing the game. And that's only possible because of the cloud. So what you can do basically is your Drivatar is going to race random people across the world, even though you're not playing, and it will actually earn you rewards. So like you could come home from work, hop on Forza, and like, oh, my Drivatar won like 4 races. Awesome. So that's really cool, and especially when we get to these persistent online games that are coming out next year. The three big ones, of course, are Titanfall, Destiny, and Sunset Overdrive. When those come out, that's going to really take advantage of the cloud, have the game be able to constantly evolve and constantly change over time. And then lastly, I think Kinect is going to be big. Microsoft really, with the Xbox One, because of how not only are they bundling Kinect with the system, but they're integrating it so deeply into the system, making it so, like, yeah, you can do everything with Kinect, or that you normally would do with Kinect without it, but it's so much easier. So, like, if you want to record a game clip, rather than going through the menu and, you know, having to snap and do all this extra stuff, you can just say, Xbox, record that, and it'll record.
Well, and there's so much that they can expand on with the Kinect. They're always discovering new ways to use it, so there's infinite possibilities.
It's fantastic technology, and it can only get better. I mean, they can, through software patches, they can add more audio stuff. They can improve the audio quality. They can improve the number of voice commands. They can just keep making it better and better over time. So I think those are the three things that really set the Xbox One apart. Xbox Live, the cloud, and Kinect. And I think with those three things, the Xbox One's going to be in good shape for probably the next decade. Wyatt, do you have any different thoughts on that?
Well, it's pretty much the same. I was just going to expand a little bit on what you said, such as the Xbox Live. They have dedicated servers offering to any game developer that wants to utilize them. So that means that really old games will never stop being supported by Xbox Live, since they have their own dedicated server, so you always play them. Then also the not just the menu for the Kinect's incorporated into games too, not just the menu. Like
on Rise, like we were saying, you can issue voice commands to your soldiers, or
not even that, like head tracking. So instead of like pushing a button to lean around a side, you just lean your head, which is much easier. Or, like Dead Rising, there's an option where if you're too loud, then the zombies will look toward you and start coming toward you.
I remember that, yeah. They said Kinect, Dead Rising uses Kinect, so they're like, if you're in like a really noisy room, or like your roommates just get home and like they're making a bunch of noise, the zombies will run towards you because they hear you. I'm like, that's cool. That's not something you'd normally see in a game.
And then it also can even read your facial expressions and scan your face and put you in games. So imagine playing a Bethesda game or like a new BioWare RPG and having yourself in the game
instead of just
with your facial expressions. And then one thing that they're working on, they haven't told too much about it yet, but you'll be able to talk to characters in games. Right now they said that it wouldn't be, you know, a novel or anything like that, just basic dialogue, but eventually they would like to get to that point. So
and they can,
awesome.
With the technology that Kinect. I also like the fact that, like, you can sign in using Kinect, and rather than having...
it recognizes you.
Yeah, so, like, I could walk in the room, say Xbox on, sit in front of my TV, and it'll immediately pop up my profile because it sees me. It knows who I am.
And then...
Or if Wyatt came in, it would immediately sign him in because it sees him walk in, so it would assign him his own profile.
And then also the Xbox One is going to appeal to a larger audience because there's a whole bunch of like adults and, you know, families that are buying it for the media part of it, not just the gaming. So that's a big feature that will help it out. Like, you create your own TV guide with all your favorites. Then you know, put all your favorite shows from Netflix and Hulu on it.
Yeah. So I think that's all of that's going to be big in the future of Xbox One.
And like even like Skype, it zooms. The Kinect will follow you around and zoom in and out depending on how many people are in the room. So just all these little things that make it great.
Absolutely. Cory, did you have any particular thoughts on that subject?
I'm completely neutral on this world.
Cory likes PlayStation as well, so he's trying to remain neutral. He's more so excited about it for the second son.
I like PlayStation.
I do too.
But
I have a PS3.
To me, it's not worth the price. If you want, to me, it should be a little bit cheaper for what you get. Just because, I mean, it's just a basic gaming console that doesn't offer a whole lot.
I mean, the share features are cool, but for the most part, it's a slightly better PlayStation 3. It's kind of like a PlayStation 3.5.
And now that people have actually looked at the hardware, they've confirmed that the PS4's hardware really isn't that more impressive. Like the PS4 really isn't that much more powerful. So basically, if you just want a pure gaming machine, then the PS4 is what you get. However, to me, the Xbox One is only $100 more, so you might as well just pay the $100 more and get a whole bunch of extra features.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, if graphics are really what you care about, then get a PC.
Yep, pretty much.
Like, to me, there's no point in buying a console for graphics. You should buy it for features.
I agree.
And the Xbox One has an upper hand with features.
Yep. So that's pretty much our thought on why the Xbox One is going to win the console war. And that's going to do it for episode 1 of the Xbox One launch special. We've got...
Great episode, guys. Good job.
Yes, good job,
Want to get some
everybody.
shawarma?
We could. I think we
Sounds good.
We already ate, though.
I've never tried it before, but...
I've heard it's good.
Yeah.
Totally do that one day. I'm like dead serious. Just
We
not
should.
for the entertainment of the video.
But no, we should do that. I think we should. Anyway, we've got, I think, 7 more episodes coming? Something like that.
Oh, we gotta do 7 more?
Not like this one, though.
Oh,
It's mostly going to be gaming. We'll just
that's good. That's easy.
That's easy to do.
I can do that.
Yeah. So, thank you for watching this episode. Look for more coming in the next few days, whenever we get around to them, because we're going to spend a lot of time gaming. So.
And don't forget to watch BigCTV.
That's right, because it's awesome.
Nah, sort of.
Thanks, Wyatt. Thanks for watching.
I don't wanna